The Power of Money. Full story. A story of a father, a son, and a realization that changed everything. In a dusty corner of a small town in India, there lived a man named Arvind, a humble laborer who earned just enough to put food on the table. He lived with his only son, Ravi, in a modest one-room house with peeling paint, no ceiling fan, and a floor made of mud. Life was not easy, but Arvind never complained. He believed in hard work, honesty, and self-respect. One day, 10-year-old Ravi returned home from school looking troubled. His friend Ramesh had been bragging about his father's brand new car and a house with a garden. Ravi asked his father a question that pierced through Arvind's heart like a knife. "Papa, why don't we have money? Are we poor?" Arvind put down the sack of rice he had carried on his back from the market and sat next to his son. He replied softly, "Yes, son, we don't have much money. But that doesn't mean we are poor." Ravi looked confused. "But how can that be true, Papa? Everyone says money is power. It can buy anything. Doesn't that make us powerless?" Arvind smiled, though his eyes showed a hint of sadness. He said, "Let me tell you something, Ravi. Money is powerful, yes, but it's not everything. The real power lies in knowing what to do even when you have none." Ravi was too young to understand, but those words stayed with him. Years passed. Ravi studied under the dim light of a single bulb. He walked to school barefoot sometimes, but he never stopped learning. His father couldn't afford tuitions or fancy textbooks, but he filled Ravi's heart with belief. When Ravi failed in mathematics once, Arvind didn't scold him. He said, "Failures are the fees life charges you before it gives you success. Don't be afraid to pay it." Eventually, Ravi earned a scholarship to a top college. He worked part-time, slept little, and studied hard. After college, he built a small startup with nothing but a borrowed laptop and a big dream. People laughed at him in the beginning. He had no money, no contacts, no business degree. But Ravi had something rare, a burning hunger to prove himself and the unshakable values his father had planted in him. Success follows those who persevere. Years later, Ravi's startup grew into $1 million company. His name appeared in newspapers and people invited him to speak at conferences. At one such event, a journalist asked him, "Ravi, sir, what gave you the strength to come so far starting from nothing?" Ravi paused. He took a deep breath and smiled. "My father," he said, "he never had money, but he was the richest man I've ever met. He taught me that money can buy comfort, but not courage. It can build a house, but not a home. It can pay salaries, but not loyalty. Money is not power by itself. The real power is when you use money with purpose, not ego. My father gave me the greatest wealth: values, resilience, and belief in myself. That was the seed money for my success." Conclusion: the real power of money. Ravi now lives in a mansion, but he kept the old wooden bench from his childhood home. Why? To remind himself, money is not measured by how much you have, but by how much good you can do with it. His father passed away before seeing his sons rise, but Ravi knew one thing: my father didn't leave me money, he left me power. Moral of the story: money is powerful, but only when it's backed by values, purpose, and heart. Even if you start with empty pockets, you can become rich in character, vision, and impact. True wealth is not what you keep in your bank, but what you leave in the world.